You see, my gorgeous Sagittarini, on one hand, you are most certainly going to have a quite unusual, quite bizarre, quite strange experience this month. But then that strange experience that you are going to have this month, in particular when it comes to the actual 26th, 27th and the 28th of October, these 3 days are going to be very important when it comes to that unusual experience. But this is going to work in your favor. It's going to be so good because on one hand, it's going to make you feel like, oh God, no, it's going to make you feel a little bit worried. But this is purely because you're going to find yourself in an uncertain stage, in an uncertain element. And this is purely because of the whole new dimension that you are going to step in at the same time. This is very important for you to understand that this is a bit of a yin-yang moment, an unusual situation. It's going to kind of like make you feel uncertain, and it's going to be a couple of days when you're going to feel like, oh my God, I'm not too sure what to do. Oh no, baby, no. You don't have to worry about anything because this is all here to redirect you a little bit by you doing and making the actual necessary adjustments. This is all about the necessary adjustments that you are going to become aware of over these 3 days in October. Indeed, you need to remember to look at the bigger picture, and then at the same time you also need to remember to balance spirituality and practicality at the same time, because you are going to have a sign, you're going to have a moment, you're going to have a realization, and the sign that you are going to have, it's just basically going to come from some kind of animal, and it's omen again. Yes, I know we have had so many omens throughout this year 2020, and this is nothing unusual because it's like the situation out there, it's a little bit ludicrous at the moment in every single possible way that I can possibly say this. But then again, on another hand, you just need to remember, my gorgeous Sagittarini, that you are actually going to have the sign, which is going to be an animal that you are going to see over this 3 days period. And the animal that you are going to see, it could be like a cat, it could be a dog, it could be a bird, it could be a coyote, it could be a wolf, it could be a lion, it could be a tiger. It really depends. It could be a little birdie, it could be like a little hummingbird, it could be a little fly perhaps, it all depends. You will know that this is your sign, you will know that this is your element at the same time. When you see this sign, there is something going to be quite unusual about this animal. There's again something that are going to be quite different about this animal. Number 3, it's going to be your sign when it comes to the actual timing as well, when it comes to an unfoldment of event that is going to start taking place at the same time. But what I was going to say, when you see that sign, you will know that you can expect a powerful change coming to you very, very soon. And number 3, it's actually going to be the answer when it comes to the certain timing, when it comes to the focus, when it comes to the whole new perspective that is going to come through, that is going to come forward. Because this, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, it's only the beginning. Throughout of October, you are going to have a quite few different things that are going to happen that are going to make you feel a little bit different, a little bit strange, a little bit unusual. But then again, this is nothing unusual because it's October. So at the end of October, we've got Samhain, or some people call it Halloween. So it's the 31st of October. That is very significant because the veil in between this world and the spirit world is at its thinnest. And this is the time when we are like kind of able to sense all sorts of different dimensions. We are able to connect from a completely higher level, from a completely higher angle. And this in return is giving us the possibilities and the opportunities that we wouldn't normally have, because our subconscious mind is going to be absolutely remarkable when it comes to the signs, when it comes to the synchronicities throughout this month. So it's not only about the end of of October, but the energy is going to be quite interesting and very different and very bizarre and very unusual throughout of October. What you need to remember, there are going to be three important stages, three important points, my gorgeous Sagittarinis, that you are going to have this month. The first is going to be at the beginning of the month, the second is going to be mid-month, and the third important point is going to be at the end of the month. And how you're going to know that these stages are important? Purely because you're going to feel super unusual. It's going to feel like a slightly different dimension out there. And every single time you feel like this, just remember that the power of your projection is going to be super significant. So this is super important, super strong, and super powerful. So in return, you will be able to achieve so much more. I know it sounds really weird, it sounds bizarre, but whenever you feel weird, this is going to be a sign that you are reaching this powerful and very strong and very significant as a situation in your life. This is all boiling down to you having a control over a situation, strength, courage, important time when the energy is also going to return, and you will see how important this perfect balance of energy is also going to be when it comes to your determination, when it comes to your action, when it comes to your confidence, and also you are going to become aware of the certain accomplishment as well. And that is going to require from you, wherever you are, my gorgeous Sagittarini, by the end of this month, wherever you are in your life, with your life, you do need to understand that you need to kind of focus and realize and see what you want to do. What do you need to do in order to bring the necessary change in your life? But this is not a change, oh yeah, my whole life just changed, la la la. No, baby, no. This is the change about your own personal projection and about your own personal progress. So it's the elements of you that you are doing now, that there are few things that are missing that you need to bring into it, because this is all about a deep concentration, application, and it's also to do with the reflection, but most certain respect for knowledge, desire to learn new ideas, and also at the same time, when you hear a good news, when you hear some kind of like a really important news from somebody very significant in your life, somebody very important in your life, it's not just like anyone, but when you hear a good news about them, what they're going to tell you about them, it's nothing to do with you. This is the time, this is also your sign that you need to pay attention, in particular what you feel connected to, in order to expand yourself to the level and the stages in your life that you should actually expand yourself. It's about to bring you an important promise, but also it's about hope, faith, and important inspiration and bright prospects that you are going to have by the end of this month with unlimited possibilities. This is very important because it's going to bring you satisfaction, pleasure, and happiness, and you're going to feel so great, because in particular when it comes to the last 3 years, I'm going back all 3 years now, the long time. This is nothing unusual to go back, for such a long time, because October is so spiritual in itself. So it brings out in things, in people, what to work on. And even if we feel like a really negative, even if we feel like really low, this is also a really good time to work on it, because you are going to be the fantastic, mind-blowing little problem solver throughout this month. If you do need to look for work, if you do need to look for a job, if you do need to deal with problems, if you do need to deal with people who are bringing you down and they're really annoying, please, Sagittarini, do it this month, because this month it is just gonna come out to be completely different. On one hand, you're gonna realize that it wasn't as bad, but then on another hand, it's just going to bring you opportunity, like a little reward. A karmically super powerful month, karmically super significant month. Whatever you find yourself in, whatever you find yourself within that you don't like doing, that you hate doing, but you need to do because this is important for your personal progress, just go for it, because because it's going to bring you the sacred unfoldment that you wouldn't normally have. This is all about the power. It's all about your creativity. You will go through your own personal rebirth, and you will see what I mean, because it's the courage that you will have. It's going to be directly responsible for you being part of the daring situation, you to respond in a way that you wouldn't normally respond. And this is going to bring you the world of opportunities that you wouldn't normally have. But at the same time, it's going to be a ridiculously important wake-up call about the vision. There is some kind of vision that you are going to have, and this is going to be confirmed to you so beautifully throughout the peak of your own personal radiance. Okay, my name is Sasha Bonasin, and I'm a psychic medium, and this is your monthly horoscope tarot card reading, and it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittiarini, for you, my gorgeous Sagittarius, Sagittarini, and it's for October 2020. So it's for you, my gorgeous Sagittiarini, and it's for October 2020. And you know, when it comes to numerology, your number is 779. 779 is a very powerful number. It means, as I said before, three major stages, three major points you're gonna go over this month, and you're also going to start a progress. You're gonna start a process that, if I tell you now, you wouldn't be you wouldn't have a clue what I'm talking about. So this is what 779 is bringing you, the element of surprise, but the beginning of the progress and the process that you wouldn't normally have. And it's down to you being very clever. It's down to you being very smart. It's down to you acting in a really the certain way when you had a certain difficulties. And most certainly, it's all about the karmic reward that you are going to have at the same time, my gorgeous Sagittarini. Somebody in your family, somebody very close to you is going to need your help. Somebody very close to you is going to have a very difficult emotional problem that they will be going through, and you are the only one who can help them out. You're the only one who can see them through. And it may not even be the family member, maybe it's like a really good friend of yours, somebody who you know really well, that is just going to require a little bit of your energy, a little bit of your attention, because you are the one who is going to be holding the answer to their problem, to their negativity, to their sadness, to their darkness. And it's very important to say that they may not come out to you. So it would be wonderful if you try to see who is like kind of emotionally not doing that well. Try to reflect on the situation and see it's going to come to you. It's important. On another hand, you know, an absolutely remarkable unfinished business from before, it's also gonna bounce back, and it's going to give you an opportunity where you didn't think that there would be an opportunity. As I said before, this is a wonderful month that you are going to start a certain progress, certain process out of the certain progress. So what you were doing and what you were focusing so far, by the time we come to the end of this month, there is something new, something really brilliant, amazing, mind-blowing that you're actually going to start. And that is going to help you to see things through. That is going to help you to rejuvenate, to re-energize yourself, and it's also going to give you so much to look forward to. And every single time when you feel like that, this is going to really help you with your confidence, and it's also going to have a really nice and regenerating feeling on you. This is all to do with your personal transformation and the lotus moment, the beautiful time when you're just going to start opening up yourself and start going towards like the really nice and beautiful direction after the time of stagnation. Yes, there is an obstacle that you are going to have, and the obstacle that you are going to have, you know, it's something that was really, oh my God, you didn't like to talk about it, you didn't like to deal with it, you didn't like to pay attention to it, because it was just bringing you so much stress, and it was bringing a bit of an anxiety and things like that. So that obstacle created so much like kind of imbalance. And this is also to do with like a kind of like a maybe your future, and it's to do with the future planning, but it's also to do with a lot of uncertainties that you have been affected by that slowed you down. It slowed your progress. This is how you feel about this. So it created an imbalance, and now that in itself is going to be wonderful, because that is just slowly coming to an end. And this was affecting you, and it was affecting your progress. It made like a little bit of lack of progress that you might have felt, you know, over the last few months. So this lack of progress, it's going to have a really nice flip-flop moment now, because remember, it's an obstacle that is slowly coming to an end. So it's about the conclusion because you're gonna move on. This month, most certainly you're gonna move on. Where there was a lack of, sorry, where there was a lack of progress, you know, now you're going to have a really nice spiritual flip-flop moment where you're going to have the quite interesting financial opportunity at the same time. I like it because most certainly it's going to lead towards some kind of like a success, really success end result, really successful situation, really successful outcome. This is also telling me like it's super important time. Like if you want to look for work, if you want to look for a job, as I said before, just go for it. If you want to try something new, if you want to throw yourself into all sorts of situations, you know, the more situations you throw yourself in, the better it's going to be. The more active you are, the better it's going to be, because it's all about you surprising yourself. It's all about you reaching the next stage, the next level, where you're going to find yourself being kind of connecting to new things in your life. And this is again nothing unusual, and it's very important just to pay attention, my gorgeous Sagittarianis. Just pay attention. It's very significant moment in time. I would highly suggest you something like a really gorgeous like a chakra pendant. Look at this. This is the new line, part of the new lines that I have. This is a solid sterling silver, and it's with the chakra crystals. It's absolutely wonderful, and it's remarkable when it comes to changes, when it comes to new beginning, when it comes to new start, in particular when it comes to the energy, perfect energy flow, you know, that can be affected by a bit of a stress, a bit of negativity, a little bit of uncertainty. All these feelings and emotions can create a certain blockage of the energy flow. So this is why it's so important to have something like a chakra crystal and wear and have it, you know, wear it, you know, in October, November and December. These months are going to be super important for you to wear it, because it's going to help you with your spiritual progress, but also it's going to help you to contain the perfect balance. This comes with the sterling silver setting. It's all sterling silver and sterling silver chain, gorgeous sterling silver chain, and the link is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. But this is something I highly recommend you to wear. You are gonna have two important choices, okay? Two really ridiculously important choices, you know, that it's gonna give you a bit of a hermit moment at the same time. Now, Sagittarianis, you know, when I say hermit moment, it's more than just like oh yeah, I'm just gonna feel by myself, blah blah blah, because lots of people think like hermit moment, oh, I'm just gonna like kind of like really feel like I need to have some time out, some time by myself. Yes, it is in a way, but it's much more to it, because when we have a hermit moment, it means that we reach a very high, very significant and powerful stage and level of our personal spirituality, which in return makes us to feel a little bit withdrawn. So we want to kind of like take ourselves out from the situation, maybe spend our time like by ourselves a little bit and things like that. But these are all the signs that at the same time we are a part of all sorts of dimensions. We are getting, our subconscious mind is like ooh la la, it stretches itself like crazy, and that in return helps us to understand and illuminate the situation around us, so we can get so much more information, and what we come up with is just so different to what we come up with normally. And this is why the hermit moment is so important, because it's helping us to reconnect to our subconscious mind, and that in return makes us super powerful, super smart and super clever, you know. But at the same time we are guided by our spirit guides, by our guardian angels, you know, by the spirits towards the right way out of the situation, because there are two choices that you're gonna have that are gonna make you really think, oh my god, what should I do? Two big choices, two important choices, and it's just going to really kind of confuse you a little bit. But then at the same time, this is nothing unusual when it comes to the actual whole new harmony coming through. With another words, it's to do with the wake-up call that you are going to have at the same time. Yes, it's going to make you kind of like a little bit indecisive. Yes, it's going to bring you a little bit of contemplation, but the bottom line is, and the final result is going to be by you feeling, oh no, a little bit heartbreaking situation, because you're going to need to make a choice out of two choices. There are two choices that you're going to have, but then one choice is just going to like, oh God, you go for one, then the other one is going to pull you down. This is how you're going to feel. You go for the other one, then this one is going to pull you down. This is how you're going to feel. So something is going to need to go. The adjustment is pretty much so required, and it's very important because this is all part of the control over situation that you are going to have, and you are going to have the necessary strength in order to do so. This is very powerful, and it's very significant time of your life when it comes to your changes, and you just need to go for it and follow your intuition, because it's not going to lead you astray. It's important, it's important, it's important. So it's going to be a bit of a heartbreaking situation because one particular thing is going to need to go, but this is so important when it comes to your personal progress, when it comes to your spirituality, because you are going to make an important decision, and this is going to help you with the imbalancing commitments, and also at the same time it's going to work really perfectly when it comes to your practicality and security. It's a very important moment in time that it's going to bring you satisfaction. Okay, on another hand, my gorgeous Sagittarini, when it comes to your stress, you know, I can see a little bit of like when it comes to your health, sorry, I can see a little bit of stress that you are going to have, you see, and this is purely because a lot is going to be happening, and you are genuinely going to find yourself being surprised the way things took off, and you will realize it's down to you. Ignore all the negativities out there, and you just keep going, keep going, keep going. It's important that you do you. It is just quite beautiful and very enlightening moment that you are going to have at the same time. But these are all things that can make us a little bit like nervous and things like that. And this is why I think it's really important that you also get something like a gorgeous little amethyst. Look at this amethyst pendant. It's absolutely beautiful. It's very good also at the time of a little bit of stress, but then at the same time it protects you against negativity and negative energy, in particular when we are very deep and very spiritual, and we work a lot, when you do a lot, we are doing a lot, you know, all this is affecting our energy, all this is affecting our balance. By wearing amethyst, it's brilliant because it's going to help you to protect yourself, but on another hand, it's going to help you to spiritually connect and reconnect, so you can understand your dreams, you can remember your dreams better, but also you can remember to those things, you know, that are going to come to you, like almost every single morning there is some kind of realization that you are going to have. Those realizations are very important, and sometimes we don't realize how important they are. So this is the part of the which is going to complete this picture when it comes to our own understanding. It's an amethyst. It's going to increase your psychic feelings, psychic awareness. It's going to protect you, but it's also going to increase your spiritual knowledge by increasing your third psychic eye and making everything like so illuminated for you at the same time. This gorgeous amethyst comes with a sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel as well. I have to say this. Okay, so now it's going to be a little bit stressed when it comes to your health, so make sure that you're taking nice dose of B vitamins, and also when you're taking B vitamins, make sure that the B12, it's natural. When you get natural vitamins, people say all sorts of things. Oh yeah, they're natural, they're natural. No baby, no. You have to be very, very careful. You have to read in between the lines. In particular, when it comes to B12, they tend to put like a chemically designed B12 and they say it's natural. No baby, it's not. So you just need to make sure that the B12, it's actually natural, made in a natural way. So it's very important to get a natural B complex, because, or eat food which is ridiculously high in B vitamins, also just as good, but you need to eat loads. B vitamins are going to be super necessary and super important when it comes to your stress, you know. It's fantastic, and this is going to help you with the stress levels, but also at the same time tummy and stomach. I can see that you're going to have a little bit of like a sensitive stomach. At the same time, B vitamins are going to be super important when it comes to your entire digestive system. Okay, on another hand, I know what else I see. It's like maybe like a very sensitive ears as well. If you do have a very sensitive ears, then I highly suggest you to eat lots of garlic. Garlic is fantastic and it's going to help you with this. And also it helps with circulation. It's going to help you with your ears. And it's something that if your ears are sensitive, please try to eat like a garlic, little clove of garlic every day. I know it's got a strong smell, but it's really good for you. Or you can get like a natural supplements with garlic, which is going to help you to, it's going to work like a natural antibiotic, and it's brilliant when it comes to your ears as well at the same time. What else I was going to say? Organic acerola cherry powder, 1 glass of water, 1 teaspoon organic acerola cherry powder. Sorry, I said millions of times, I know, is to boost your immune system, because you're gonna need something to boost your immune system so much, so badly, my lord, yeah? Like lots of other people need something to boost their immune system at the moment. So organic acerola cherry powder is going to give you a remarkably high level of vitamin C, which is going to rejuvenate you like there is no tomorrow. So, and it's without any rubbish ingredients, without any unnecessary ingredients, additives and nonsense like that. So it's only natural organic acerola cherry powder, which is going to give you a whooping amount of vitamin C. And if you can take this every single morning, the first thing in the morning, in a little glass of water, 1 teaspoon, mix it up, drink it alongside natural zinc and alongside natural vitamin D as well. These ingredients are super important and super necessary to keep taking in order to boost your immune system, and that way you just help yourself and you prevent things from happening. Okay, one more thing I was going to say is the sensitivity to aluminium. So try to get like deodorants, if you're using deodorant, make sure please it's natural without aluminium, because you're going to be sensitive to it. And also your gums, again, I keep on seeing this, my gorgeous Sagittarians, your gums are going to be quite sensitive, so just make sure that you're taking toothpaste and mouthwash without fluoride, toothpaste and mouthwash, because fluoride is not good for your teeth. Okay, so it's toothpaste and mouthwash without fluoride would be a must. Something natural, something maybe like made of organic aloe vera and maybe tea tree would be very important. And also the vitamin C that I mentioned is going to help you with your gum healing in general. If you're on any other medications, if you're pregnant or if you're breastfeeding, you just need to check with your doctor, you just need to check with your GP, my gorgeous Sagittarians. Only your doctor or GP can tell you whether this can interact with your existing medications or not. Okay, so now my gorgeous Sagittarians is the first date of October. The 2nd of October, you need to remember, my lord, don't jump into any conclusions, because this day in particular, something is going to confuse you, but the energies tend to be rather confusing on the 2nd of October and the 3rd of October indeed. But in the 2nd of October, please, if somebody's trying to push you into something, push you towards something, just make sure you understand to not to jump into any conclusions. Another thing I was going to recommend to you also, at the time of the changes, at the time of the focus, and at the time when things are changing, but in particular when it comes to our decisions, when it comes to our career, when it comes to our finances, there are going to be new things on the horizons, you know. But at the same time, you know, our energy becomes our energy has like a slightly different vibration, because a lot is happening. So what we want to prevent is from picking up on like a negative energy, negativity and things like that. In particular, if somebody is trying to kind of push us towards something, or if somebody is negative around us, you know, we want to prevent this person from giving us an evil eye. I know it sounds like an evil eye, but sometimes an evil eye is given like on purpose, because someone, you know, the power of their look, the power of their energy can do all sorts of things, you know. But then on another hand, people can do this unintentional, you know, in an unintentional way. So if the people have got lots of like a negativity and problems in their lives, you know, they just around this particular energy that can be very transmitted to other people like very easily, because it depends where other people are at. And if a lot is happening, then, you know, that can kind of like have an effect on energy in a certain way, so it's not as strong. And in particular, because when it comes to career, finances, you know, tiger's eye, it's absolutely remarkable, because it has got this ability to attract like the right decisions. It helps us to kind of go where we need to go, in particular when it comes to like important decisions. But also it's very great when it comes to like career prospects. It's very great when it comes to wealth. It's very great when it comes to like attracting that wealth and abundance, you know, and at the same time it protects us against evil eye. It's something that I would highly recommend you to wear in October, November and even December, in particular when you're making important decisions and when you're surrounded by the people that you don't trust. This gorgeous tiger's eye pendant comes with a sterling silver setting and the sterling silver chain, and the link to buy this is again in the description below. By buying things from my channel, you're also supporting my channel. I have to say this. But the 2nd of October, it's important to remember to do not jump into any conclusions. Pay attention to synchronicities. Pay attention to synchronicities, in particular when it comes to like repeating numbers, because that it's also at the same time it's going to be kind of like it's going to bring you an important revelation, in particular what to do with the dissatisfaction, with things that are making you feel down, with things that are bringing you down. It is all going to be quite emotional at that moment in time, but most certainly as somebody very consistent in your life, somebody very special in your life, it's also going to be the bearer of a rather important news. And that important news is going to be brilliant for you, because you will almost immediately know which way to go. You will almost immediately know, my gorgeous Sagittarini, which way to go. And also it is going to answer something to you when it comes to like an investment. It's going to bring you an important investment, the door are gonna open when it comes to the certain investment indeed. Okay, the second important date, is the 19th of October. My Lord, I don't even know what to say. The 19th of October, something really quick is going to happen. Something really fast is going to happen. Like a little jump, little white rabbit, white bunny, you know, it just jumps. And this is how I see it, like symbolically, something really cute, something really amazing, something really significant, something really powerful is going to take place. But it's also at the same time going to blow you away. And at the same time, it's going to happen so fast, so quick, and it's also going to require from you to act in a certain way. And this is where the beauty is. This is where everything is going to become so powerful and significant, because it's you acting in this particular way in the middle of the month, 19th of October, when the energy is so powerful, the energy is so unusual, the energy is so different, because of the end of the month, the whole month is taken away, you know, it's taken over by this wonderful energy. So very often our subconscious mind is just pushing us and is driving us, and it takes over. And this is what is going to happen. It is going to bring you to respond to the situation in a different way to what you would normally respond. And this is going to be absolutely magical, because this is so important when it comes to who you are, what you do, what your next step is going to be, what your next stage is going to be, because this is pretty much so having destiny, fortune and fate like written all over, and mind-blowing outcome that you are going to have when it comes to an advancement in your life. But especially when it comes to after an annoying stage of culmination, this is going to bring you towards the conclusion, and that is all going to open your eyes and make you realize that you're approaching the end of the problem, you know. And this in itself is going to bring you an amazing worldly power. It's to do with an accomplishment. This is going to be directly responsible for you to feel this confidence, you know, at the same time, but also stability, you know. And that in itself is going to bring you so much motivation, and most certainly it's going to bring you this activity which is just going to push you towards the progress. It's going to push you towards this movement, you know, and you are going to make a decision that you wouldn't normally make. And this is all going to be connected beautifully throughout the synchronicity when it comes to the certain message that it also going to be delivered at the same time. And that message is going to be connected to leadership, which means that you need to take over. You need to follow your journey. You need to follow your mind. You need to follow your subconscious mind. And you are gonna come to terms with the situation when you're gonna feel like, oh my God, you're gonna need to make a decision, but it needs to be down to you. And this is why the leadership card is coming through. It's coming forward. It needs to be down to you. And stillness here, it's gonna happen, you know, not immediately, but when you least expect it. Perhaps, you know, don't jump again into any conclusions, you know, go home, sleep, and then you will see at the time when you least expect it, there is going to be an important answer that you are going to have, and it's connected to the healing chaos. Okay, healing chaos. You will see exactly what I mean, my gorgeous Sagittarini. The third important dates are going to happen on the 30th and the 31st of October. It is the very triumphatic moment in time that you're going to have. It's to do with the good news. But now this time it's to do with the gain, you know, and also it's about the advancement. It's something that you knew, something that you expected, but it's just going to be a bit more like ooh la la, rather vavavumish, on a much higher level it's gonna go, and that is going to make you realize, you know, certain desires, but then again it's to do with the promotion and also most importantly recognition of abilities, which is going to lead towards an idea, new plan, wish, and also at the same time hope that you didn't have before. It's all about the confidence and also confidence to go towards the uncertain efforts, because you will know your subconscious mind is just going to be keep on pushing you, and it's going to be the direct answer where all this energy is actually coming from. You just need to remember that you need to be responsible as much as responsible as you possibly be, because your responsibility, it's also on another hand going to kind of make you aware of some kind of disappointment, you know, a little bit of a bitter experience you're going to have at the same time. But then again, this is to do with a stationary period in your life that you don't want to kind of repeat anymore. So this is so important to be kind of keep on being responsible, but also keep on creative as much as you can, because your creativity, it's also going to enhance your energy, it's going to enhance your power, it's going to enhance your vibration, and at the same time it's going to open your eyes, and it's like a magnetic energy that is going to bring you closer towards the new possibilities when it comes to relationships, when it comes to the new approaches to old problems, but also at the same time a very, very significant new knowledge as well. Now, when it comes to the actual first part of October, the first part of October, it's all about the new beginning, my gorgeous Sagittarini. All about the new beginning, which you will know, very important new start, which is going to reflect on you and the people in your family, people very close to you, because it's to do with a big change, which is not only to do with you, but it's to do with a bigger picture as well at the same time. It's going to bring you joy and family, but also separate to that, a very good news is going to be connected to somebody within your circle, within your family, who you were worrying about, you know. On another hand, you know, the first part of October, it's going to bring you a turning point, in particular when it comes to homecoming, and also your spiritual leader or your guru or your teacher is just going to be the part of your mind, the part of your vibration. So whether you're going to sleep about your spiritual teacher, or whether you're going to wake up in the morning, you're going to open your eyes and you're going to think what the spiritual teacher said to you, something is going to come through and it's going to be ringing in your mind, and you must not ignore it. You must listen to it, because this is the part of those synchronicities that I was telling you before about, you know. It's going to help you to understand a certain illusion, you know, that you wouldn't understand normally, and it's going to give you the courage to move away from it. The second part of October, it's going to bring you, you know, the certain worry that you had about the loss, perhaps about the financial situation, and your situation is, in general, it's going to be very beneficial for you, because there is going to be an important recognition that you are going to have, and that in itself is going to make you feel a little bit indecisive, and someone is going to try to make a bit of a conflict. Little bastard is here as well, little snaky in the grassy. So just make sure you understand to don't go low, just rise. You know, if somebody's trying to have a conflict, or if somebody's like being a little bit rude or something, just make sure that you don't kind of like go towards that negative vibration. Just kind of avoid it as much as you can, because by avoiding it, there is going to be an important reward that you're also going to have at the end of the month, because it's all about the actual manipulation that is going to slowly go away, but then at the same time it's bringing you this necessary and rather generous balance at the same time. The third part of October, it's just so good. It's brilliant. It's when you're going to start feeling yourself so much, in particular when it comes to the security and power, and that is going to allow you to actually just go towards the direction when it comes to the future planning, in particular what before you had a fear of the unknown, and now you're going to surprise yourself. Oh my God, like, ooh la la, how much confidence you're going to feel. And this is again time to follow your intuition. It's very, very important, because your intuition is on one hand going to reveal the certain hidden agenda that you're pretty much going to benefit from like there is no tomorrow, because this is the part of your unfoldment. Remember, your lotus moment. This is the time when you are opening up to yourself, to your spirituality, to your spiritual guide, your guardian angel. So in return, you're going to be getting a lots of power and confidence back as well in order to deal with the situations in your life. But you need to follow your intuition, because your intuition is going to reveal not only what the hidden agenda is that you're going to benefit from, but it's also going to help you with an important judgment. And that judgment is going to be absolutely everything, an important decision that you're going to make at the end of October. And it's to do with the completion and travel. It's going to be quite significant here as well. You're going to maybe need to make a certain journey. You're going to be thinking about it. You're going to be focusing about it, but then at the same time, it is about the lack of closure that you had before. This is going to bring you an important, mind-blowing, beautiful completion, because it's all about the conclusion, it's all about the inspiration, it's all about the new beginning, it's all about the success that you are going to have at the end of this month, and most certainly the reason to celebrate, because whole new inspiration is going to come through, it's going to come forward. Most certainly your eyes are going to be wide open. It's fantastic how things are going to unfold for you, my gorgeous Sagittarians, and I really, really like it indeed. Okay, there is going to be the reason for celebration at the end of October, and you will see why. You go do it, celebrate, enjoy yourself. You're going to have a reason for celebration, my babies, indeed. Okay, so now I'm just going to shuffle these cards, my gorgeous Sagittarians, and I'm going to see what is going to happen with those of you in relationship. Now, this is fantastic, because you see this, those of you in relationships are actually going to have a very big, very beautiful time when it comes to happiness, joy, pleasure, peace, love, containment, you know, very great moment in time when it comes to the certain support as well, which means that for those of you that are couples, you know, you are going to be wondering about something, you're going to be thinking about something, you will want to make a very big change, and this is huge and this is massive. You wanted to make this change before, but you thought it's not the right time, it's not the right moment. So most certainly you will know that the time is right to make this change, and this is going to feel really good for both of you, and you will know that this is absolutely perfect time to go for it. So by the time we reach the end of the month, there is a very big moment going to happen when you're both going to decide and make an important decision that you will be making a big change, something that you wanted to do for a long time, and it's going to happen, and it's brilliant. You see, every time this goes off, my gorgeous Sagittarians, you know what this means. It means that the spirits are like, yep, this is important. Okay, so this is it now. So for those of you, but it's gonna happen some kind of abandonment as well. You're gonna want to change and make a little readjustment as well at the same time. For those of you that are single and ready to mingy, well, here we go. Ace of Cups, my lord. There is, you see, at a time when you hear about certain success, at a time when you hear about a certain material attainment, at a time when you find yourself in an advanced stage, this is going to really have a really nice reflection on your well-being, and also at the same time it's going to be rather victorious moment when it comes to your personal stability, and when it comes to some kind of wish starting to unfold in front of your very own eyes. Very good indeed. That is going to be the time when there is going to be significant opportunity that you are going to have. There is someone really wonderful who is about to walk into your life, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Somebody very important, somebody very significant, somebody very powerful, somebody very, very different, you know, in many different ways, because there are going to be elements of this person that you wouldn't normally go for. But the more you know them, the more you will like them. The more you talk to them, the more you feel attractive, you know, the more you will fancy them, you know. And this is so important. So the bottom line is, my gorgeous Sagittarius, that there is someone very special who is about to walk into your life, and this person is most certainly going to be playing an important role in your life later on. But you just need to remember, it's going to happen one step at a time, one step at a time. This month you are most certainly going to become aware of this person, and later on this is going to unfold and develop into something completely different. Ooh la la. Okay, my gorgeous Sagittarius, thank you ever so much for watching my videos. I love every single one of you, my gorgeous people. I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light. So I'm sending you brightest blessings, lots of love, healing, peace and light to every single one of you, my gorgeous Sagittarius. Thank you ever so much for watching my videos. Sasha Bonasin, psychic medium. Love you. Bye.